And at this point, I would like to introduce my new BFF.
Good.
And my other new BFF, because we've got chicks in the studio today who are in agreement with me that a pool can be an asset. Is that right, Maureen?
Yes, a pool can definitely be an asset.
Tell me how to sell that to the hubs.
Ooh. Well, the value of the house does improve. Okay, I was certainly not going to expand on appraisals and stuff, but if you do have a house with a pool, it does put a sense of value onto the house, additional.
Wait, now, Maureen, back
Yes.
in my real estate days, in the old days, the pool was always it would not increase the value typically. Has that changed then over the years?
But depending on whether it's an in-ground or above ground,
Okay.
that makes a difference in the value that it places or adds to the property. The I suppose the downside negative part of that might be that, like you said, there's only really 3 months
Yeah.
where you get to use a pool, and lots of people buying houses might say, I don't want any houses with pool
Yeah. Okay.
because I don't care about a pool.
Yeah.
So that might take your house out of the market. So it's a bit of an audience.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Makes
Yes.
sense. I just remember the old days. We used to say, pool doesn't add value to your house. If you're in Rochester, New York, get over it. That's just my. Sorry.
No.
You, by the way, you work for Keller Williams. You know
I
Chuck?
do.
You know Chuck Hilbert?
I know Mr. Hilbert quite
Really?
well.
Great guy. Great guy.
He's been a guest on our show
I know. Fun times.
when I was down.
He had some nice things to say about you.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Uh-oh, that's scary. Don't put him on Facebook, whatever
No.
those nice things are.
He's probably out there listening, I assume.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh, we're in trouble now.
Maureen
He's on his
Toombs,
way to
folks.
look at swales.
Oh, that sounds good.
What's-
So you are the president-elect 2010 of the Women's Council of Realtors. You also have your private business as a real estate broker, agent?
Associate broker.
Associate
correct, would be the
broker.
correct
That's
phrase.
the word I was looking for. With the Keller Williams, which is a fairly new office in our area, which I wanted to say, 'cause, I haven't had a Keller Williams guest on since I went to New England with my family, and Keller Williams everywhere in New England. Everything for sale was Keller Williams. I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
I was
cool.
impressed because it's fairly new up here in the Rochester area.
Yes, it's been around for 2 years. Chuck Hilbert and Sharon Quarter have the franchise in the local area, and they're opening a brand new office in Greece. They currently have one in Brighton on Winton Road.
gonna
And
ask-
it's a fabulous company to be with. I am very new at that company, so whatever I say is probably fluffy, but it's great
Yeah.
stuff. It's a fabulous company.
But you're not very new to the industry.
Oh my gosh, no, 26 years.
So your website is Maureen Toombs, Rochester's Realtor?
www.maureentombs.com.
Okay.
That's it.
And I thought it was Rochester's Realtor. Did you have
No, that
on
would
there?
be the prior company. They probably haven't cleaned up my website yet.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry about that then. So
okay.
in the house, I do want to introduce Janet Romano. She is the Vice President National Membership for the Women's Council of Realtors. We are going to get into a little bit about the Women's Council and how it helps build networking and all kinds of fun stuff in the community. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you for asking.
So what's your take on the pool?
Well, it can be an asset. It can be a liability.
No, don't go PC on us. Just take your stance. Tell us the truth, Janet.
I love the pool in my complex. I live in a townhouse complex.
Okay.
There are probably 85% of the people bought the property because of the pool.
Oh, that's impressive.
It does add many dollars to our association fee because of the heating of the pool, the constant cleaning, the constant staff that's needed.
Yep.
And so the association fees are high, and people complain about that. So after a while, if they're not using the facilities, they become a liability to those particular people and start grumbling sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Do you
really
guys
have to-
allow nudists? Do you allow nude swimming?
No, that might be an ass. No,
It's because I will move in there just so I could, skinny dip a little bit.
maybe after 9:30 when they close.
If you behave, she'll invite you over.
Well, that's awful nice. Thank you so much.
Not going to happen. Not going to behave.
Why should
Trust me, especially after 9 p.m.
No,
It's on,
no.
right?
Game's over. Yeah, at that time, I'm not going to behave.
Well, I do appreciate you both weighing in on that. That's going to be a topic we're going to cover here on Property Source Radio over the next couple of weeks as I research into, like I said, how to compare apples to apples when you're talking about pool. We're going to be talking about chemicals. There's saltwater pools now. There's bromine. There's chlorine. There's so many different things that are associated with that. I'm going to find out what it's going to do to my tax assessment, and I'm really going to research it and report. Maureen,
It's going to go up.
what's going to go up?
I think your tax assessment will go up
Oh, yeah.
because you certainly can't do a pool without a permit. My favorite word,
Right.
permit.
Yep.
Where they permit you to do what you like to do on your property as long as they approve of it. Okay.
Well
I
said.
like
Enough
that.
said.
Well
I'm going to
said.
put that on the Facebook. I love that.
She's
A
going to get
permit.
me going on getting taxed to death. I can just
Well, I was
feel
going
it
to say,
bubbling.
I'm just going to invite Mr. Galisano over for a beer at my pool and say, help me out here.
Yeah, he'll do it for you.
I thought this thing was a liability. Why did it increase my property tax?
Call
Sure
your.
is warm, though.
You can go to your tax assessor and just name drop. Just Mr. Galisano told me to show up here. Hi.
I wonder how that's going to affect. What's your take on that with Mr. Galisano and assisting everybody in fighting the tax assessments? Go ahead.
I've personally had a lot of people call me. I work in the Chili Ogden area, and I've had a lot of people call me come close to tax time. Is there anything I can do to reduce my taxes? So I'll go in and do a CMA for them, and I do a detailed CMA, very much like an
What's
appraisal.
CMA.
It's a comparative market analysis.
Okay.
But I take the house apart like an appraisal and all the neighboring homes that have sold and try to give them some feedback as to, value of their home and what it probably would sell for. If it's been on the market for a long period of time at the price that the town has assessed it, then we can also have more fuel to say, we've had it at this price and it won't sell for this price. How can you say it's worth this? So both ways work. I have had people bring me with them or just take all the material and pictures and so forth that I've given them and take it to the town and have their property lowered, tax lowered.
Good
It does work
information.
sometimes.
Good information. And I have a question regarding that. We're visiting with Maureen Toombs, and we are visiting with Janet Romano, and they are both involved in the Women's Council of Realtors here in Rochester, New York. And we are going to get to talking about that topic when we come back.